Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel senza izinto eziwu-2. Siyayifunda iy'ncwadi zesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo le y'tori esuke siy'fundile, senzela laba abangenaso isikhathi sokufunda iy'ncwadi nalaba futhi abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Guys, incwadi entsha, i-novel yethu izoqala next week Monday. The first episode will be next week Monday. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows after siwabukile kwi-TV. Siyaphinda futhi sikhulume nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Listen, we do more than just watch the shows. We go and we find out more about our cast members akulama shows so that we can understand them better. We can understand ama-behaviors abo uma ngabe bekulama reality shows. So today we are talking about our real housewives of Durban. Khona into ethi a lot of the housewives, especially when they're married to rich men, people tend to think that those people are gold diggers. In fact, on the show on season 1, Sorisha did touch on it a little bit, naye futhi u-Annie, because they are married to very rich men. They are married to very rich men. So I could understand people thinking that these women are gold diggers somehow, but I'm going to give you information here that might make you think otherwise. Let me just give you information versus decide are these women gold diggers or not, even though they are married to very rich men. Listen, these women could just sit at home and do nothing and they could still live the same lifestyle that they're living, but that's not what they are doing here. So I'm going to go through each of the housewives and tell you what they do in terms of their careers. I'm going to touch a little bit in terms of their academic qualifications, those that I could find the information. If I didn't say ukuthi umuntu has a certain qualification, it's because I couldn't find that information, but it doesn't mean that a person didn't go to university or college or anything like that. It just means that I could not find that information. Also, the businesses that I will talk about here are businesses that I could find information on. They could be doing even more than that. So namhlanje ngizoqala with our youngest, since izolo ngiqale with our most matured, which is uSorisha Naidoo. Today I'm gonna start with u-Annie Mthembu. U-Annie Mthembu, they say she has a BTech in accounting and business management. Listen. If you thought so, Annie was just a girl, because in the first season I really just had assumed who Annie was a story of Cinderella, like she was dancing in the club and her husband, being the owner of the club, met her and rescued her from that situation. I had no idea that she actually has a degree and she has studied at a university and got a BTech in accounting and business management. And she also studied performing arts. They didn't say which institution she studied in. She did performing arts. It's an interesting mix because I am an accounting person myself, and to mix that qualification with performing arts is quite interesting. But looking at her businesses, she seems to be using both. And she's now, as businesses, she does have an anesthetic beauty studio, and they don't say go to this studio she owns it with her husband. They say it's her business. She also owns an all pink luxury salon. And I was looking at Ilokuzani motor that she was driving in the last episode, and it's a big pink car. And I was thinking about how strange it would be to be driving in Durban in a pink car. Now I understand, because she does have an all pink luxury salon. I think in season 1, she does talk about how much she likes pink, and that was the reason that she named her salon how she named it. And they showed some of. In one episode, they did show us the salon, and I think it's really, really nice. It looks really nice. So she does have that luxury salon. And she's not done, guys. He's the managing director of a company called We Do Marketing. It's a marketing and branding and events company, which makes sense why uLokuzana u-Annie had so much to say about the event Nonku when Nonku was launching iwine yakhe. She really had great input, but I don't think Nonku had asked her for any advice. If I had a friend that had a branding and marketing company, and I was launching a product, I would just talk to my friend, listen, and he gave me some tips. What are the things that I should be thinking about when I do this launch? How I should be handling it, how should I talk about my products. And it makes sense now why she had such a problem with the fact that Nonku was not put together when it came to her event, because this is something that she deals with in her professional life. They do say also that she is a senior partner in Hulu Da Guru Experimental, which sounds like it's a business that she owns with her husband. Listen, guys, if these women are planning to come for Ulokuzana or any, they better have savage moves. Because this woman is sitting in boardrooms, she's hiring and firing, honey. She is making big decisions in boardrooms. So they better be ready if they come for this one, because she is ready for them. It really makes me look at Annie very different, because like I said, I thought it was a husband rescuing this legal girl from a club. It makes me look at her different, because then if you look at her age, she is 29, and she's done so much in terms of business. If they met while she was still at the club dancing, then it means really it was a time when maybe she was still just coming up, and maybe even still at varsity. So it's not really that she wasn't doing anything much with her life. She was coming up, and even if she has had her husband's help to start these businesses, but the fact that she has done it, I think, is really great. And then the next girl is Ulondi London. Listen, Ulondi London, for me, I only met Ulondi London on Real Housewives of Durban, but a lot of people know her as an influencer. And they do say Ulondi London did jewelry design and manufacturing at University of Johannesburg. I didn't even know that they have that qualification. And they said that she is a singer, so she is signed with Ambitious Entertainment. She has 3 albums out, but this article that I read was written in 2021, so she might have another album already. She is a model. A lot of people refer to her as an Instagram model. She has worked with really big brands, and one brand that they mention is AV Gold, which is a South African brand. And they also say she hosts events where she tutors people on how to make cocktails. And she has a lingerie line which is called Laced by Londi London. Londi is very basic. Londi is very basic, and she has been open. Last episode, she was open about the fact that a lot of her being able to achieve her dreams, her husband has helped her with that, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I like the fact that even though she is married to somebody that is well off, she is still pursuing her dreams. So I really love it about this woman. So listen, and they all look very sound and look very humble for what they've achieved in their lives and for where they are in their lives. They're really not as arrogant as they could be when we watch them on this TV. On this TV show. And then there's Jojo Robinson. Jojo Robinson is married to but husband yakhe was a kickboxing champion. I didn't even know what kickboxing was that big in South Africa, because I don't watch it. But on the first episode, Jojo said that she was a housewife, and she's raising a 6-year-old son. Listen, guys, ukukhulisa umntwana, like ukukhulisa umntwana full time without doing anything else is a big job. It's bigger than any other job. Like, I feel like my job where I work and make money is easier than raising my kids. Sometimes when I get to the office, I'm like, I'm here to relax, because the work that I do there is so much easier than the work I do at home when I have to care and take care of my kids. So yeah, that is part of her job, but she's also an artist. And I went online, I saw some of her paintings. It's really impressive, guys. They said that she has an art shop. I don't know why she underplays that when she is doing her introduction on season 2. I don't know. And she says that they said that she also does wildlife photography. And there is a, angazi indaba ekhuluma engathi it's something that is not really that big when she talks about it. Maybe because maybe she's married to someone who's very prominent, then she feels like the stuff that she does in is not as big. But I'm very impressed by that profile. There isn't any information on Jojo Robertson's education. So I'm not saying that she doesn't have any university or whatever college qualification, but I did not find anything for Jojo Robinson. And then our next girl, LaPiana, is Unonkanyiso Chongo. Unonkanyiso Chongo, but she studied journalism and media. Which is something they have in common with Lokuzana Sorisha. She's also has worked at Vuma FM as a presenter. She has worked as a reporter in independent newspaper. I was wondering actually how you get to meet former president ngempela and be in a relationship with him. Uhlangana no former president, and then learning ukuthi she was a reporter for independent newspaper and she was a presenter for Vuma FM. I can see the possibilities of her being in spaces where she could possibly meet the former president. She's also a director of Nomkhubulwane Culture and Youth Development Organization. I think those of us who watched season one really learned ukuthi uNonkanyiso Chonco takes indaba ye-culture and ukunakekelwa kwamantombazane and their virginity and getting knowledge about culture as a whole, especially usiko lwesiZulu is very important to her. So it makes sense that she has this organization. They say it's here in Pietermaritzburg. By the way, Nonkanyiso grew up in Pietermaritzburg for most of her life. And then the next girl here is Uthobile Khumalo. Uthobile Khumalo Mseleko. Hayi bazongishaya abantu. Uthobile Khumalo Mseleko. I am so surprised that they say she's an actress. I need to find out because whatever article you talk about, you research when it comes to her and her career, they always start by saying she's an actress. Where has Uma Khumalo acted, guys? Please let me know. I need to find it. Or maybe I've seen her somewhere, but ngangabona ukuthi Uma Khumalo. But yes, they say that she's an actress. They say that there is no information about where she studied, but she has studied performing arts, and she, as we all know, she's a TV and a radio personality. TV, she's done Uthando Nesithembu, and they just got a new show on SABC. All of the wives Bakamseleko, they're going to be doing a talk show. She is a public speaker. By the way, she's a very good public speaker. She's, I would say, a motivational speaker. Even she's a businesswoman. When they say a businesswoman, in every article that you read about Ulokuzana, Umakhumalo Mseleko, they always say she's a businesswoman, but they don't say what businesses that she's involved in. So that information I do not have. And then here we have Nonku Williams. As we all know, she's the founder of Ashes to Beauty Winery. That wine, I'm sure it's doing well now. I would love to find out more information how her wine is doing after that launch. I hope that it wasn't affected by it much. They say she's a businesswoman, but they don't give us information on what businesses she's involved in. And they say she is into construction. However, they don't say whether she does anything in construction. So I don't have those details, but most of the articles that are talking about her and her career will always mention that she's into construction, and they say she's a makeup artist, which I didn't know. And they do say that she did go to a local college, but they don't say the name of the college. Now we're talking about Sorisha Naidu. Sorisha Naidu went to Rhodes University and studied journalism and media. And Usorisha Naidu has been a presenter on East Coast Radio. In fact, she does talk about how she met her husband while she was still a presenter at East Coast Radio. She says that her husband will call the station every week on Saturday to ask her on a date, and it was for weeks and weeks and weeks until she said yes. And she's been on Highfield Radio as well. As I've mentioned before, she has won Miss India South Africa in 2002. She's an actress. She's been on Scandal. She's been on Home Affairs. Apparently, she was on Divas of Josie. I don't remember Sorisha on Divas of Josie. I don't remember. Sorry, she was on Divas of Josie. Wow, I didn't. I don't remember her. I actually used to watch Divas of Josie, but I don't remember. There's a season that I missed that she was on, and she's been a presenter on SABC2 Eastern Mosaic, and she owns a skincare company which is called SSBO. Listen, guys, it's up to you to decide. Like, honestly, are these women gold diggers? And my answer was saying no, because a lot of these women, like, honestly, Sorisha could just sit at home and not do anything, but they're not. So I don't think that gold diggers work. I don't think that the gold diggers run businesses. Um, I don't think that gold diggers do charity work. Gold diggers just are there to get it and get it from the husband. So these women are out here making moves, honey. So honestly, if you're looking at if you are somebody that watches Real Housewives, then you will be impressed by these profiles, because a lot of the women when they come on Real Housewives are women who are married to rich men, and a lot of them will only be starting their career with Real Housewives, and then they will start making their own money through Real Housewives, and then they will start businesses while on Real Housewives. These women out here, this casting here, they've casted women that have already made it and are really still going after their dreams. So this is a really good ensemble of a cast. They did say ukuthi they are recruiting for Real Housewives of Cape Town, honey. I don't think they can do it better than they did in Devon, but we'll wait and see. Guys, this is my video for today. Don't forget to like the video and comment below what you think about what these women do in their lives. Are you impressed, and or are you saying no, this is just internet lying? I'm impressed. I'm personally impressed, because some of these women, we've seen the things that they talk about here, we've seen them on the show. So I believe that it's real. Anyway, don't forget to share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.